Everybody, I'm looking terrible. I don't know why. Some pictures, just look mush up. So I want to say to Jaguar why there's a video channel called Sean Blazington. Sean Blazington. And Jaguar why Wright talks about. She mentions that woman there, Cassie, Cassandra. The woman that bring down P. Diddy, the king. You know what I mean? He's a king. And a whore and a slut. Let's face it, that's the truth. It's a whore and a slut they used to bring down P. Diddy. Now, they'd always planned to bring down a successful black man. They always do it. So, Cassandra, or Cassie, is nothing special. She's just a dirty little whore. Like any other dirty little whore. There's nothing special about her, to be honest. Because throughout our history, they always use whores, you know what I mean, to bring down our great black men. You understand? So we get that out of the way. Then Jaguar, I didn't listen to much of the video. It's called Sean Blazington. And Cassie says, oh, you don't understand. When Cassie came into that circle and she met P. Diddy, she was only like 17 years old and 19 years old. I don't give a fuck. You got your big pussy at 17 and 19 years old and you know what you're doing. Now everybody, I am not mixed race, and it's important for me to emphasize that I am a black woman. You understand? Because they're using our suffering and try to capitalize off it and put it on the white and the mixed race. When the truth is, I was like, had to fight off men being raped from the early 1970s. When I was 15, I was beaten over the head from behind and knocked out clean unconscious and raped. I was 15 years old. It was my 15th birthday. So I was actually 14 years old, just turned 15. And so I was more or less 14 really. And it was my birthday, my 15th birthday, and I was beaten over the head and my virginity was taken. Now this was done from behind. I wasn't expecting it and I didn't see and I wasn't looking. Now the reason why they did that, obviously, I was beaten over the head violently and my virginity taken because they knew I would not give up my pussy to them willingly. So the only way they could get it would be to beat me violently over the head and just take it. So I was 14, just turned 15. And then when I was 16, I was almost violently raped and beaten. And my life was put at risk. I jumped through the window, I crashed through a glass door, all kind of things. There was blood everywhere. I was 16. And you know what the government did? The UK British government, the authorities and the police, you know what they did? They stitched me up and put me in prison for a crime that I had not committed. So as a victim, instead of getting any love or any caring, as a teenager, 16 years old, a violent rape, he almost tried to rape me. I think I could say he raped. It was rape because he was trying to push his penis in me by force. And I was only 16 years old, 16, 17. And up to now, I've never got no sympathetic for anything, never once. And it's quite amazing because when they stitched me up and put me in prison at 16, 17 years old, they actually then put me on Rule 43, a paedophile wing, basically, with paedophiles. And I was only 17 years old. That's what I got as a victim of rape and exploitation and trafficking and modern day slavery and sexual assault. That's what I got. Now, there's no point saying, because I'm 54 now actually, 50 years later, Oh, we're trying to do to change things. No, you're not. Remember, they always say that. And who gets the benefit? The white women and the mixed race women. We black women never get no benefit out of it. Let's face it, yeah? So they're always using us, and the time has already gone, because what could have been prevented or made better has already gone. So there's nothing really much they can do now, like, to prevent what's already happened. You know what I mean? Or to stop what's already happened. So what they use, they know about my case, and they will not put me up there as the ambassador of sexual assault and rape, of put me as the ambassador of violence against women and girls. Yeah, I've suffered violence, sexual violence and violence all my life since early childhood. And who did they use? Melanie Brown, Spice Girls, Whore of the Year, who tried to run off with Eddie Murphy's money and dupe him out of his money, his hard-earned money. Then she tried it with Stephen Belafonte. Then, who is the other ambassador for domestic violence? Cassie. Now look at this Jaguar, right? She's getting paid because she's going out of her way to stick up for these little whores and little babbit, dirty, nasty, you know what I mean? She's not doing it for principle, because what the fuck do you want? Now, as a black woman, I've suffered all my life, but my goal is not to beat down the black man, because that's why they won't allow me to be the ambassador for domestic violence. Why do you think? Why do you think they're choosing them dirty little whore like Melanie Brown, Spice Girls, and Cassie? Because they're there to kill down the black man. They're part of the system. They're not promoting, all this thing, domestic violence, is to make them money, make them rich, and beat out and kill out the black man. But if they make me ambassador, they can't do that, because I'm about educating and giving opportunity to the black man, because I believe in education, and I believe, remember, the black man is my father and the black man is my son. So why am I going to kill him out? Look at Cassie, the dirty little nasty bitch. Her children look like the white man. So she has no sympathetic towards the black man who I produce from my womb, and who I come from, my father. You see, I have understanding towards my father. I have understanding towards my son. But those people like Cassie, they're not going to have no understanding. Listen, if I was the ambassador, at least they should have made somebody like me the ambassador. Jaguar, right? She just talk. She doesn't have no objective to educate or raise awareness. She's just a bitch back. What do you call it? Something press. When they just bitch backbiting press. What do you call it? I can't remember the term. That's what Jaguar Wright does. She just bitch backbiting. She's not a woman that is conscious and is about, as a black woman, educating the society. She's not about that. So if I was ambassador of sexual violence towards women and black girls, I would not encourage, or I would not allow the incitement to kill out black men, which is what these women are doing. That's why they're putting them there. Do you understand? So when Jaguar Wright is talking shit about, she was just 17, she was just sorry for those. My mother was just 16 years old when she came to this country. They didn't give a fuck about her. When she was raped and taken advantage of and all kind of sexual violence, listen, she was just 16 years old. They put in this woman there. That's why they're making them the champion, ambassador of domestic violence. They have been put there to kill out the black men. They are not going to show no sympathetic towards the black man, no understanding. Now you have to. as an ambassador, believe it or not, in order to find a solution to this long-term problem, you have to educate the boys and the men. Otherwise, you will not be able to rectify the problem. You understand? Showing hate to black boys and black men is not going to solve the problem. Genocide towards black men and black boys is not going to solve the problem. You understand? So we need to show a lot of understanding and compassion towards black boys and black men, because the history, they have had a very disadvantage, you know what I mean, start out in life. These things we've got to face and understand. That's why I am against those little nasty whores of Babylonian, Cassie, Cassandra, and Melanie Brown. Melanie Brown is the UK ambassador for domestic violence. Cassie is the USA ambassador for domestic violence. Look at it. You see? Dangerous. They put in these nasty whore. You know what I mean? And they want to kill out the black man. And they're using these women who are detached from the black man, really. And they want to kill him. They want to help the mainstream media and the CIA and the FBI kill out the black man. But if I was the ambassador for violence against women and girls, the CIA, the intelligence, because remember, it's the intelligence we're working with. That's the CIA, the MI5, MI6, FBI. They would have to listen to me because I'm the ambassador. Why do you think these white people are not putting me in powers of position like that? Positions of power like that? Because it's not, I'm not doing what they want me to do. I do what is right. Educate. So the CIA would have to listen to me if I was the ambassador of domestic violence, because I would dictating to them what needs to be done. And you need to give the black boys and the black men more opportunity, more training, more education, more entrepreneurship. Oh, then they don't want that, you see. They don't want that. The CIA don't want to listen to that. Anyway, I'll come back later.